Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for being here at the Veterans Whiskey Club live stream on the first Saturday of the month for the month of February 2026. This year is already cruising. It's already on its way. We're already starting the second month, and this is the 34th episode of the Veterans Whiskey Club live stream. If this is your first time here, thank you for being here. Just grab a glass of veteran-owned whiskey and raise your glass and enjoy it. And join us in these conversations and topics and things we get in today. Cheers. One thing I'm going to ask, if anybody's watching this live, please set a 10-minute water timer so somebody can call out, drink water, like how your drill sergeants used to when it was time to drink water back in basic. You got to make sure you're drinking more water than you're drinking whiskey. That way you can take care of yourself. If you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of those around you. So on and so forth. We got a lot of stuff to get in today. But I'm going to drop the link to have people join on screen because this is like an open bar, like a pub style. To where anybody can jump on and come up, have a seat, pull up a virtual bar stool, and come have a drink because some of you guys are much more comfortable just watching and hanging out in the chat, and other people really crave that. We miss the interaction, the camaraderie, and so I'm dropping the link in the chat. That way other people can jump on screen and really participate in the conversation here and the topics we are going to cover because we have a lot to cover. First, let's see who is already here with us live. Living. What's up, Torb? Good to see you, buddy. Jen Clifton is in the house. I have done my 22, and I have much love. Smash the like button. Thank you very much, Jen. Appreciate you being here. Eric Gunnarsson is in the house. Charles, the Rye Guy, is here. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Thank you to all our veterans have made the sacrifice to their families during their service. They appreciate the good words. Good words. Bourbon Neophyte. Good to see you, my friend. Anthony is I call him the most articulate person in WhiskeyTube. He is a very very intelligent guy and does a great job at his channel, the Bourbon Neophyte. So if you are not already subscribed to the Bourbon Neophyte, definitely check him out for sure. Oh no, here comes the bull saying, I did my push-ups. Did I? Where's Bull saying? He said, "Here comes Bull saying," but I haven't seen him. Joey's in the house. Good to see you. Eric Gunnarsson is here. Gerald's here. Great that you could be here. Appreciate it. Dennis is here. What's up, buddy?
Cheers, bud.
I missed you night before last, but I'm certainly glad you're here today.
Same.
Yeah. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Corey's in the house. What's up, JP? Freedom. What's up, Bourbon? Whiskey Uncensored was live last night. If you guys aren't subscribed, go subscribe to him. Raging Cajun is in the house. Dave R is here. Bourbon guy. James Morgan from across the pond. Good to see you. Ben from the north is here, raining down from sunny Canada. Great shots here. How you doing, Mark? Tim is here from Donner Pass. Good to see you. Peter White is here. I've been subbed to Mark forever, and this is the first live I've been on. Wow. Usually it's long past. Peter, thank you for being here. And Bourbon's in the house. What's up, Bourbon?
What's up, Ben? Cheers, brother.
Glad all you guys can be here. Water timer is set. Thank you very much, Eric. Much appreciated. Got to make sure we're staying hydrated. Bill is here.
Cheers, Alerno.
Cheers, everybody. How you doing, Ben?
Pin the link.
I said, how you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing over there?
How you doing?
Hey.
Well, I got my boys over here next to me for this occasion, but yeah.
Forget about it.
Well, you got to check them out over here.
All right, hold on.
They're over here.
Got to pin this link up in this piece.
Figure it's better to remind you before you put the poll up.
Yeah, the poll's about to go up.
That's just,
I'm already working on it. Orlando, good to see you, my friend.
Good to be here.
Well,
As
what are you
always.
drinking?
I am doing a little, starting off with my traditional lead slingers for the live streams.
Okay.
I'm going to try to make it down and pick me up a horse soldier this month,
Oh,
so I can
good.
start using that one.
Absolutely. Hold on. And Dennis and Ben, what are you guys drinking?
I am drinking a Hard Truth. I don't know if you ever seen this guy's labels. Hard Truth sample from this guy.
Oh yeah, that's the
Creme brulee pick.
yes,
Maple
dude,
brulee.
that was super good.
But I do have this for tonight also at some point.
Nice.
I'm starting my Northwest Bourbon pour with my Infinity bottle that I stole the idea from you.
And these guys came to watch tonight and hang out also.
What the heck are those?
Beavis and Butthead.
I know who Beavis and Butthead are, but what are those?
Those are my Valentine's Day gifts from Bonnie.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
They say, "Dear Valentine, come to Butthead," and I need TP for my Valentine.
Oh my goodness. And Dennis, you said you're drinking from your Infinity.
Yep.
It's a great starter pour. That's almost always
100%.
Almost always that's my starter pour.
Oh.
You know what? I'll get my Infinity. I'll drink that with you guys.
It
Before we get
changes so much.
Before we get into the first topic, anybody that's here that isn't tracking the Veterans Whiskey Club, they are Warriors and Whiskey. Their website is already in the video description. Just go to warriorsandwhiskey.com. Their Instagram, Facebook. There's over like 40,000 veterans on Facebook that are in this group, the Veterans Whiskey Club. So if you are a veteran or if you know a veteran that needs some veteran friends, because everybody needs somebody sometimes. There's something like that. That's how the song goes. But make sure you check them out. The links are already in the video description. And make sure you get involved. And you can go on their website and get one of their challenge coins.
That's badass.
Definitely get one of those. Warriors and Whiskey, Veterans Whiskey Club. But the first topic of the night is the veteran-owned whiskey of the month. Every single month, I highlight a different bottle of a veteran-owned whiskey to share with you guys. And when I was on base, much to my surprise, just a couple days ago, I saw that there was a new 10-year Horse Soldier single barrel pick. They titled this one the 2025 Heroes Reserve. And I found, after I bought this one, the next day I found another one on base with the same title, but it was a higher proof point. This one is 129.2. The one I saw at the other store after I already bought this one was 130.3. And so I was excited that they put out new 10-year age-stated, nice cork pop, single barrel picks from Horse Soldier.
Yeah. Be
So
interesting to hear what you think of that compared to the prior ones.
Let's see. Report in my United States Army, Glenn.
There we go.
And enjoy it with you.
I love what they're doing at Horse Soldier.
I love what they're doing at Horse Soldier. And speaking of Horse Soldier, check out their website, check out their YouTube channel, check out their Instagram. Most of those links are already in the video description, but you can find it pretty easy. Just put in Horse Soldier Bourbon. So they are just doing the final touches, putting together their own distillery to where they'll be making their own product in Somerset, Kentucky. And it is set to open on the 4th of July of this year. So I'm excited.
That's badass.
Like I said, this is 129.2 proof 10-year age stated, and it's called the 2025 Heroes Reserve.
Mark, aren't they also doing a military horse rescue sanctuary at that same location?
I am not tracking that. I know that there are multiple of those. I forget the name of I think there's one called War Horse or something like that. There's
yeah, that's the one that Rusty Lugnuts covers all the time. They're one of his sponsors.
Yeah, there's a few different
yeah.
Sean's in the house. What's up, Sean?
I am.
And Horse Soldier maybe
Mark,
have 4 rows to choose soon.
So Mark is an ex kind of horse guy. So your buddy that you had on, forget his name,
Vince,
part of Horse Soldier. He did mention that they hope to do that if money allows and all those kind of things.
Okay.
Because I was in bed by that point, but I wanted to
Jeremy.
ask questions and yeah. So I'm really curious to see what they do with the horse program there.
Oh, absolutely. What's up, Ted Matrix? Good to see you. What else? We got somebody else that jumped in the back. Ernest is in the house. What's up, Ernest?
Cheers, Ernest.
Cheers. How's everyone tonight?
Doing great. I just poured a new Horse Soldier 10-year single barrel pick. It just hit the base this week.
Oh, nice. I got to pick me up some more Horse Soldier.
What's up, Gandy? Good to see you, Ron.
Yeah, man.
Got my Crown Royal ready for Super Bowl Sunday. Roger that.
All right.
Actually, the drunk uncles were talking about how was it a 12-year, the gold case, the Crown Royal Reserve. They said that they freaking love that one. They think that one is really good. So I want to try it just because they told me how much they like it. Drink lots of water today. Yes, we're gonna drink lots of water. Great shots in the house. What's up, Mark?
There we go.
Cheers, fellas. Poured a little of this 2023 version.
Oh, roger that.
Terrible. Shouldn't drink this stuff.
I know, it's horrible.
Yep.
Remember, everyone deployed. Yes, we will talk about deployment numbers later on. Thank you, James. Remember, everyone deployed. There's a lot of military service members that are out away from their home, away from their loved ones tonight. The day before, we watched the Seahawks win the Super Bowl, and they're away from their families and their loved ones.
Let's hope so, Mark. I can't take another Patriots win.
Absolutely. Oh, I got to write this down. While I'm writing this down, you guys check the poll. There is a poll in the chat. You can vote on which branch you are representing for yourself or for your family. If you're representing the Army or Coast Guard, the Defenders of our Land. If you're representing the Navy and Marines. If you're representing the Air Force, Space Force, or other countries' military. So please vote in that. Towards the end, we are going to look to see which branch represented the hardest tonight, the strongest.
Yeah, the Army is coming out hot tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Mhm.
49% Army at the moment.
Wow.
It's a weird one for me.
Well, it could be
because
Coast Guard, too.
Me and my brother were Air Force. My dad was Navy. A lot of my cousins were Marines. So it's like, who do I vote for?
As soon as my hands are clean, I'll be voting for Marines in my father and grandfather's stead. So
if you guys can see that, we got the Horse Soldier 10-year Heroes Reserve. We have done a Horse Soldier single barrel proof before, but it was a different bottle. The rules of the game are every month I have to highlight a different veteran-owned whiskey bottle. So it can be from the same distillery before, but it has to be a different bottle. Those are the rules. I just make them up and follow them.
And I think Mark should keep supporting Somerset, Kentucky whiskey. That's what I think.
Absolutely.
And we still need to get somebody in touch with them.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to talk to your buddy, Mark. Yeah.
Okay. And like I said before, this is episode number 34. So I have highlighted and discussed 34 different veteran-owned whiskey bottles with you guys thus far.
It's pretty damn
Nice.
Yeah, man.
impressive, even.
Pretty sweet. Arizona Corn Muffin. What's up, Shred? Good to see you.
Huh?
Big old bottle.
It's a handle.
Thank you all for your service. Thank you. Fishing Doc is in the house.
Cheers, Doc.
Cheers,
Good to
Doc.
see you. And Troy is here. What's up, Troy? Good to see you. The Bakers were on earlier. If you're not subscribed to the Bakers, then check out Baker Drinks.
Yeah, I literally showed up to their stream 2 minutes after it ended.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, they ended a little bit early tonight.
Mm-hmm.
My Horse Soldier 10-year pick is 136 and drinks low like 95. Oh, my goodness. So this is going to be the first time I'm trying this new one that just came out. Like I said, this bottle just hit the base this week, and I'm excited to try it with you guys, and it is the Veteran Whiskey of the Month. Cheers.
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 I'm cheersing you with a chicken bone.
Try not to swallow it.
If you know the story, then you know.
Don, is there any cornbread muffins with that?
No, sir. I wish
Okay.
though a cornbread muffin would hit the spot right now. Not the kind Z we're talking about though.
Okay.
All right. So we talked about the Veteran Whiskey of the Month. We're going to move on to honoring the fallen. If any of you guys on the panel or in the chat have anybody that is near and dear to their hearts, former service member, a family member, if their birthday or the day that they passed away was in the month of February, please call them out. If you're watching this on the rerun, you can put it whatever nickname or whatever you want to put to represent them in the comments. Because as we talk about every month, they are still remembered as long as somebody is still saying their name and telling their stories. And so we got to keep talking about those that went before us and who are no longer here. And one of the All-American heroes that died in the month of February, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Chris Kyle died on Groundhog's Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, February 2nd.
And so I found a fun video to watch about Chris Kyle later on.
2 days ago.
Okay. He was a badass.
So Mark, maybe I won't ask because maybe I'm jumping ahead of the show. So I'm curious who you have written down for this month.
Unfortunately, I have a page-long list of people that I've lost that I wrote down their birthdays and the days that they died. And February is one of 2 months of the year that I don't have any loved one or family member or former service member that I served with that passed away in the month of February. I think it's February and what was the other? There's only 2 months in the year that I get away with that.
Yeah,
but February is one of them.
well,
Is it March?
that's good then.
No, it's not March. No, it's not November. I don't know when the other month was, but February is one of them.
Yeah, I think it's a weird month where I actually have.
Bourbon for Bacon, good to see you.
Yep.
Rob Norris will be back on the 28th for another one. Yeah, the show on the 28th is going to be a big one. They're going to show a lot of really fun videos on Baker Drinks, so make sure on the 28th of February you're there. They did a really fun project that I was happy to be a part of, and so they're going to show a lot of fun videos about that. That is awesome. They had it in stock when you stopped, and I bet they disappear quickly. Yeah, so when I went to the Class 6...
I got losses between October and December.
Okay.
You're good, Mark.
All right, I was just making sure. All of a sudden, the little box popped up on my screen and said, your previous audio device was plugged back in. I was like, wait, what?
You went black for like half a second, but then you were right back.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so Corey, when I went to the Class 6, they had like on the shelf, they only had like a case on the shelf of ones that Vince had signed earlier that day. And then I bought it and then went over to the PX and saw that they had a different single barrel that was a full proof point higher.
Nice.
Yeah, and Vince said that with this run of these ones that are called the Heroes Reserve, they named all of them Heroes Reserve because last year when they pushed them all out and all the 10 years went out to all different bases, it had the base names on them, but AFES was just sending cases to places, and so it was they were getting messed up of what base they were supposed to be going to, and so since they couldn't rely on AFES to get it right, they just named them all Heroes Reserve for the next batch.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Logistics, so difficult.
So, any thoughts on your first sip on that one, Mark?
Yeah, and a flavor profile.
It does not drink 130 proof. If I guess, I'd probably guess closer to like 112, 115. The flavor profile is very similar to the other 10-year picks that we've had. There's a lot of just sweet caramelized brown sugar and some good barrel char in the back. The finish is nice and goes as long as it should. Not too long, but it's not very short. First couple sips are just solid.
Mark, Pete, sidetrack. Do you know what their mash is offhand?
No, I do not.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Well, and I know that with these the 10-year single barrel picks are different from their standard lineup.
Right. Yeah, because that's when they were NDP, right?
No, they started out contract distilling with Cedar Ridge, I believe, and then they moved over to Bardstown. And what they were doing is they had the straight bourbon, which was a high rye mash bill, and then the small batch and the barrel strength were both wheat mash bills. But these 10-year picks are a totally different thing.
Gotcha.
And if you ever find one of their Commander Selects, they're almost $600, but they get some really, really good barrels for those.
Appreciate you, Eric, as I eat wings.
Cheers, kid.
12-year, $40. I have a 10-year, it's 136.5. Roger that.
Okay.
All right. So, did anybody else? I didn't see anybody in the chat. Did any of you guys on the panel have any names you wanted to throw up on the board before we pour a glass for the fallen?
No, sir.
February is like surprisingly light.
Not in February.
Maybe just all Januaries historically suck, much like this previous January we just lived through.
That could be accurate.
So February has to make up for that.
But there was anybody in chat? Did we not?
I don't think so. I don't
think there was one.
Looks like Z-Man's backstage.
But I missed.
And Ken, Scotch Down Under posted about his dad.
Oh, roger that. I love Ken. If anybody is not subscribed to Scotch Down Under,
is there?
What's up, homies? Go Army! What's up, Brian? Has anyone tried Larrikin yet? Almost grabbed one today. Yes, they sent me a box of samples. We just need to finalize when we're going to have them on the show. Because we were scheduled to have Larrikin on 2 days ago. Their scheduled date was for the 5th, and they had to reschedule. But I'm really looking forward to getting Larrikin on. I haven't tried the samples, though, yet.
Looks like you've got a few names in chat. I'm looking.
I'm here.
Cheers, fellas.
Of course, that Schroeder. What's up, Z-Man? Good to see you, buddy.
What's up, Z-Man?
What are you drinking on, Z-Man?
Cheers, kid.
Sipping on a JD Heroes 127 proof from Troy Baker. Roger that.
Nice.
Speaking of your former guest, doing a little bit of the Cold Zero.
No. I don't think so.
That's a good bottle, Orlando.
It's Troy Baker.
Yep.
Hey, thank you for sharing, Ken. I appreciate you, buddy, and I'm sorry about your father.
Yeah, man.
But cheers to you, good sir.
Cheers, Ken.
Cheers to you, Dad, Ken.
Right on, Ken.
The first one, though, only don't play the second one. But The Last of Us, I have it. I have the discs for PS4.
Cheers to Dawn there, Tim.
Thank you for sharing, Tim. Scotch down under there's a link. Click on that and subscribe. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
It's kind of nice to have a month that's not just filled with loss.
Uh-huh. So I put Chris Kyle on there, but now Brad Arnold was not in the military, but he was a huge military supporter, and Three Doors Down did a lot of USO tours and stuff like that for service members.
Yep.
And he passed away today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, way too young.
So
Yeah, those guys are great to work with.
yeah, when it comes to those that do USO tours, they're a band that could be getting ticket price money. And with the USO tours, all of us are just there in some shitty country, just happy to get a night off and listen to some good music. So they're not getting the ticket sales type money and stuff like that. And so it's a big, I want to say sacrifice, but it's a great, like the heart of a volunteer, whatever you call that, a great service that they are doing to service members. And I know Three Doors Down is a huge military supporting group. And so I heard that he died just a couple hours ago. Very unfortunate. Hydrate. Yeah, we're hydrating.
Yeah, Brad Arnold found out probably less than 6 months ago that he had stage 4 cancer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty quick.
Yeah, as Ken put in chat, can we do that? Cheers, Mark. I'll put it up to you, and Bourbon before Bacon put in chat too. But I will leave it to you.
I agree, man.
Gotcha. Then it's checking the ceiling integrity.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
We just rest again.
For
Rest for a
lots of
second.
Kansas. Finished up
I'm playing
dream.
what it would eat.
Oh yeah, appreciate you, Ken. I was just about to type that, Mark. Thank you. Love Three Doors Down. Fuck cancer. Yes, absolutely, Dave. He was only 47. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. This
Here's
was
that.
I was asking if you were good with making.
Yeah.
Fuck cancer.
Brad Arnold.
Absolutely. Hey, Daddy's working. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. All right, guys. So if you can raise a glass for those that went before us and who are no longer here, to the fallen, may they rest in peace until Valhalla. Lest we forget. Cheers.
Cheers. And fuck cancer.
100%.
All right. Thank you guys.
Yep.
So part of honoring the fallen, a lot of the fallen that have gone before us and are no longer with us in the military, there's a lot of service members that took their own lives. On average, it's 22 a day. To hold remembrance to that number, not only to spread awareness, but so that we keep ourselves training, we do at least 22 push-ups a day. So if you are willing and able, we're going to knock out 22.
I'm willing, but not quite able.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Not with this arm.
10,
No.
11,
Yeah,
12,
the wrist won't let me do it.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. R.I.P. Going for bacon. Cheers.
I've done quite a bit of work with Mission 22, and that's their main objective is to try to stem the tide of suicide in service members and veterans.
Mark, did I miss the veteran shot?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me do that now.
That's what we just did.
Okay. Man, this being fat thing is hard for 22.
So just looking up military history in the month of February. The Blue Star flag was recognized, like I said, on February 2nd. Chris Kyle was killed. Four Chaplains Day. If you guys remember, there was the four chaplains who all died in the same incident. February, what's today? The 7th. Brad Arnold died, but he's not military, but you gotta give him a raise a glass. Operation Homecoming, releasing prisoners of war from Vietnam. Big deal, awesome stuff. U.S. Marines land on Iwo Jima in February of 45. The infamous flag raising occurred on February 23rd. So one of the most iconic war memorial type things you see happen in the month of February. 1991 in February, the Gulf War ground offense began.
Well, my memory has failed me because I could have swore
I was there for that.
ground offensive started in January.
Let's see, 1942, the Battle of Java Sea begins. What do you guys know about the Battle of Java Sea?
Don't know that.
I don't know that either.
Probably had some good coffee.
Java Sea.
I'm gonna see if I can find a brief video about it, because that's what I like to do when I find little things like that not a lot of us are familiar with. Like to find a short little video that can summarize it for us and kind of let us know, teach us all what happened.
What happened?
That was Sea.
I'm playing catch up, but cheers, everybody.
Ben Demons Hunter says the Java Sea was the Pacific Theater in World War II.
Yeah.
Yes. It's time for water. Drinking more water.
Well, my whiskey has water in it a little bit, so
it does.
close enough.
California Scotty, I've got a box in front of me for you. I need to send that to you, Scotty. But thanks for being here. Much appreciated. Recover. I'm feeling those 22 in my shoulders tomorrow. Iwo Jima is a big one. Yes, it certainly is.
Iconic.
22 sucks a lot more than normal. Roger that.
Yeah.
Peter World War II, yes. Off Indonesia. It was not a good time for the Allies. Bio water. What were you drinking, Z-Man?
Southwest Race, brother.
Oh, okay. Roger that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm guessing that's what Z will be drinking tomorrow as well.
Hey, stop it. Hey, I know I'm making wings too, Sean.
Hey, there you go, man.
Yeah.
With Buffalo Trace.
I'll have to go to Z's house.
That is a good idea.
Well, yeah.
100%.
Mix a little of that Buff Trace and the barbecue sauce there.
Hell yeah.
Little bourbon barbecue situation.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, baby.
I can do that.
All right. So since it was so fresh in our minds and what we wanted to do, wait, hold on. Let me check the poll before we go to that.
Oh, yeah, I haven't voted yet.
So right now, let me refresh my screen here so I get a fresh poll. So that's how she likes it.
Votes.
So I got 48% Army and Coast Guard. Love it.
Yeah,
Army is definitely killing it today. 25% Navy Marines, 14% Air Force, Space Force, and 14% tied with other countries' militaries. All right. I appreciate all you guys showing up and representing. Make sure that you vote. That way your branch that you are repping gets, we're going to see at the end of the night who reps the hardest, who's repping the strongest. But let's share this screen and let's all learn a little bit about the Battle of Java Sea. Grab some whiskey and sit back and relax. Let's learn a little bit of military history.
After the Japanese attack on the American naval base at Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941, the United States, Great Britain, Australia and the Netherlands declare war on Japan and form a multinational fleet. The Japanese advance is unstoppable, and between December 1941 and February 1942, the Japanese forces capture Hong Kong, the Philippines, Malaya, Singapore and the outer parts of the Dutch East Indies. On February 27, 1942, the Battle of the Java Sea is fought. It is the largest naval battle since the Battle of Jutland in 1916. At about 2:30 in the afternoon, Rear Admiral Doorman is ordered by Vice Admiral Helfrich to sail from Surabaya for the island of Bawean, where a Japanese invasion fleet, numbering about 40 ships, has been sighted. Doorman, who has his flag on the light cruiser De Ruyter, commands an Allied fleet comprising the heavy cruisers Exeter and Houston, the light cruisers Perth and Java, and 9 destroyers. The Japanese squadron, on the command of Rear Admiral Takagi, consists of the heavy cruisers Nachi and Haguro, the light cruisers Naka and Yinsu, and 14 destroyers. At 4:12 p.m, the fleets sight each other, and a naval artillery battle ensues. Only the heavy cruisers have the necessary range for inflicting damage. To prevent the Japanese crossing the Allied squadron's T and gaining a better line of fire, Doorman changes course. The squadrons are now sailing on a parallel course. By carrying out this maneuver, Doorman also hopes to use his light cruisers. In the meantime, Takagi sends the convoy of transport ships out of the danger area. 8 minutes past 5. The Exeter is hit by a shell and is almost disabled. It quickly withdraws from the line in order to prevent hampering other ships. Communications between the Allied ships is poor, and the other ships inadvertently follow the Exeter on its new course. Then De Ruyter sails alone. A chaotic situation develops, and the Japanese see their chance. They swing south to attack. The crippled Exeter is their main target.
It's a really detailed play-by-play with the map there.
Yeah.
At 5:15, a Japanese torpedo hits the Courtenay. The ship breaks in two and sinks within minutes.
Damn.
The Perth screens the Exeter with smoke, but the Japanese have reconnaissance planes overhead. They continually relay the positions of the Allied ships to the Japanese commander. As Doorman tries to regroup his squadron, he orders the British destroyers to counterattack.
How do they know all this detail?
Right.
At about 6 o'clock, the Electra, one of the British destroyers, sustains fatal damage.
After action report.
At 6:15, the American destroyers receive the order of covering the Exeter and the rest of the squadron.
What, GPS?
In the meantime, the Japanese have launched a wave of no less than 92 torpedoes, but they all miss their targets. The Dutch destroyer Witte de Wit escorts the Exeter back to Surabaya. After Doorman heads eastwards, the Japanese assume the battle is over and set course to their transport convoy. However, Doorman has taken his orders to heart and once again sets course to where he expects to find the enemy fleet. 1 hour later, he encounters the light cruiser Yinsu and its destroyers. Another wave of torpedoes causes the Allies to take evasive action by turning sharply to starboard. The Japanese transport convoy is once again sent north. At approximately 7:45 p.m., Doorman moves southwards and then swings west after reaching the coast of Java.
Notice in the top right-hand corner they've had a clock going this whole time?
Mhm.
By carrying out
That
this
whole
maneuver,
day's
he
5
hopes to
minutes.
bypass the enemy warships to get to the Japanese transport convoy.
It's crazy.
The American destroyers retire in the direction of Surabaya, as they are almost out of fuel and have no torpedoes left. At 25 minutes past 9, the Jupiter sinks after a large explosion, thought to be caused by a torpedo. It later emerges that the British destroyer had inadvertently sailed into a minefield, recently laid by a Dutch vessel. Once again sailing in a northerly direction, at 10 o'clock the remaining Allied ships pass a spot where the Cortana sank. Many of the ship's crew are still in the sea, waiting to be rescued. The Encounter is told to pick them up and proceeds to Surabaya. At about 11 o'clock, the two squadrons approach each other head-on, and after sighting has been made, start another gunnery battle. Takagi signals the Naka and the Yinsu to lend support. The Nachi and Haguro turn and launch their torpedoes towards the Houston. Dorman and his squadron take evasive action, but to no avail. The Java and the Ruiter are hit fatally and sink. Before Dorman goes down with his ship, he orders the Houston and the Perth to set course for Batavia. They escape for now, and the Japanese return to their transport convoy. A day later, the Japanese convoy lands its troops on Java at Kragan to start the invasion. The sea battle, which lasted more than 7 hours, claimed the lives of 1,100 Allied seamen. In contrast, the Japanese suffered hardly any casualties. Most of the survivors were to face years of hardship in Japanese prisoner of war camps until the end of the war.
Although this impression is based on historical sources, remains unclear as sources sometimes contradict each other. Also, no footage of the battle except for a few aerial photographs. Roger that. We all learned something new today. That was the Battle of Java Sea, the biggest naval battle since what did it say, 1916 or something?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
And man, 1,100 men lost that day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's pretty crazy. All right, I'm gonna unless anybody has anything else they want to say about that the video we just watched or any other thing going on, I'm gonna move on to our Medal of Honor recipients for the month of February. Just make sure you're drinking water. Oh, I saw. Hold on, I did see some chats. Daddy's working said went to a tasting in Poulsboro. Poulsboro, that's supposedly the store owners' words as Washingtonians are getting King of Kentucky small batch distribution. Really? That would be cool. I would not mind getting a King of Kentucky.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty much no allies left. I heard the Dutch ship 2 branches. These 16 Australia. Bourbon for Bacon is drinking the Representative, 115.6 4-year. Okay. As a teenager, I read the book. Okay. Try 2,300 sailors lost.
Wow.
Great video. Thanks, buddy.
Man.
All right, I'm going to keep this road on the show. Moving on to Medal of Honor recipient. This is also from World War II. From the United States Marine Corps.
I had been in the Civilian Conservation Corps. That was my first experience to pre-military, if you will. They were a little bit military. The Civilian Conservation Corps was regulated by the Army, but we worked in civilian jobs off the Army base. And I had been in there for about 1.5 years when Pearl Harbor happened. And I, along with a lot of other Americans, thought, well, if our country is threatened and we're going to lose our freedom, then we're going to go fight. So I requested my release from the Civilian Conservation Corps and went home to enlist in the Marine Corps.
Wow.
to a young man eager to defend his country. The bitter fighting against the Japanese on the island of Iwo Jima must have seemed a hell out of all proportion to duty. But as a Marine demolition operator, Corporal Herschel Williams carried with him a hell of his own, a terrible weapon capable of evening the odds in one of the war's bloodiest engagements.
When we got to Iwo Jima, they told us that we probably would never even get off ship because we were a reserve division. The other two divisions had roughly 20,000 people in each, making 40,000 Marines that were going to be on that wee little island. So they had no idea they would ever need us. After they lost something like 5,000 on the first day,
Damn.
they decided they were going to have more people. One of the reasons that Iwo was so terrible, the Japanese had airfields there that they had built, and the airfields had been protected by reinforced concrete pillboxes. And they had used a lot of steel in those so that bombs could not break them up. They had piled a lot of sand on each top so that when the bomb hit or the artillery hit or whatever, it would blow a lot of sand in a lot of directions, but it didn't do much for the pillbox. So the pillboxes had us stalled. And as we were trying to get across that airfield, we were losing Marines very rapidly. And sometimes even commanding officers get desperate. So losing men rapidly, he asked me if I thought I could do anything about those pillboxes that were out there. Somebody in my unit said, I said, I'll try. Now maybe I did say that. Sounds like me, you know, but I don't know whether I said that or not. But anyway, he assigned me some 4 rifle people, and they were to give me protection while I was out there trying to knock out some of those pillboxes. I hadn't been out there very long, and as I have said many, many times, it's almost like a dream, like it's really not real. 2 of those men, the automatic riflemen, of course, were like me. They were good targets. If a guy is shooting with an automatic weapon, the enemy would like to get him first. In the early part of the 4 hours that I was trying to do this job, I lost him. But the other 2 guys, they kept working with me, and one of them particularly, he kept pretty close to me to try to keep the Japanese off of me. And one of those pillboxes I'd been trying to reach, I saw where they had been firing their weapons. They didn't have any smokeless ammunition. Ours wasn't total, but it was better than theirs. So smoke was curling up out of the top of it, and I sort of figured they had a breathing hole up there or something. You know. So I crawled around to the side where they couldn't see me because one side of the pillbox was solid, and got up on top. And they had a air vent pipe up there, and it was just the right size that my flamethrower nozzle fit down in it. So I was ready to fire. And they knew that, I guess, because they came charging out of that pillbox. I don't know, 4 or 5 of them. I don't know. A bunch, anyway, with their weapons and bayonets to get me. I got them first. I was just reading recently where flamethrower goes all the way back to the Roman Empire. They didn't work quite like ours, but they had them. And they were just as vicious then as they are, or were then. Its effectiveness was that once it hit its target, it burned all the oxygen out of the air. Lungs collapsed and people were gone. It was a terrible, terrible weapon. Don't ask me how I did it. I don't know how I did it. But in 4 hours, I knocked out 7 of those things. Much of it I don't remember. And I attribute that to fear. Absolutely. Once you got in behind the pillboxes, well, then we had the advantage. So in getting those 7 pillboxes out of the way, that, according to my citation, opened the lane that enabled us to go on through. when I received the Medal of Honor, the day after President Truman presented it, I went in the office of the Commandant of the United States Marine Corps. And I can't tell you which place I was more frightened, standing before the President or facing the Commandant of the Marine Corps. He was almost God in the Marine Corps. He was also a Medal of Honor recipient from Guadalcanal. So he knew what we were facing. But he said to me, as I stood there, very sternly, that medal does not belong to you. He said it belongs to all the Marines who did not get to come home.
Yep.
And don't ever do anything that would tarnish that medal. The medal represents what the country has always stood for. Sacrifice. The day I was born, on October the 2nd, 1923, I was handed a gem that is absolutely impossible to buy. That was my freedom. Can't pay for it. There's not enough money in the world. So this medal, to me, stands for sacrifice and service.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Roger that.
Hats
Man,
off.
that was great. That was straight from the heart.
Yeah.
That guy,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
that guy did a lot of cooking.
Yeah, there's a different level when it comes to the flamethrower guys. The guys that pack the flamethrowers, there's a different level because you're just walking around with this big flammable bomb on your back the whole time, just waiting to get shot.
Yep.
And just delivering death.
Yeah, but one
Different kind of death.
And you have to get so
One
much
well placed-
closer.
well,
You have
one
to get
well
so much
placed shot, and you go up in flame.
Well, the interesting thing is what he said about they don't necessarily die from the flames. They die from the flames using all the oxygen around them.
Right,
Yeah.
like they suffocate
Well, that's
before they burn to death.
Yeah, you're a certain level of
But I mean, that's how anybody that's burned to death dies.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Rob, the 250th from Green River is definitely on my top 10 of last year's. I haven't made the video yet for the top 10 whiskeys for last year, but it's coming. I'm gonna make it eventually. There's so many whiskeys that I got in 2025 that I just hadn't cracked and done reviews of yet. That quality of person, soft spoken as he speaks to his sneers. Yes, very much so. That's the enemy's first target. Yeah, big time.
Yep.
And he cooked 7 pillboxes. That's crazy.
That's nuts.
And in 4 hours too. Like he was hustling.
Yeah.
Is that what they call turning and burning?
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean that's like averaging like 2 an hour, and they weren't close together. Like
I'm thinking of so many off-color jokes. I'm just gonna let it go.
When he was talking about the pillboxes not being affected by the bombs, that it was blowing up a lot of sand, it made me think about that movie title, "The Sands of Iwo Jima."
Okay. Yeah. Very, very true. Yeah, having layers of different types of materials is definitely the best way to give yourself protection from explosives. You know, because an explosive is going to go the path of least resistance, and so if it has all kinds of dirt or sand to disperse and go that different path, then you've got that concrete with the steel reinforcement in it below that. I mean, it makes it real tough to penetrate that. So the next Medal of Honor recipient is from Vietnam. And so we're going to learn a little bit more, something that you won't see talked about in our schools or almost anywhere else. There are some great men that went forth and did great things and don't get the recognition they deserve.
I was born actually in Flushing Hospital, Flushing.
Thanks, buddy.
And when they made the Long Island Expressway, it went over our house, so we had to move out. And at that time too, my father had died when I was 7 years old, and so we moved out to Hicksville with an uncle of mine, and basically most of the time grew up in Hicksville, Long Island.
George Lang was drafted into the Army in March of 1968, just before his 21st birthday.
Oh, he got drafted.
After basic and then advanced infantry training, Lang arrived in Vietnam in the fall of the same year. In February of 1969, Lang was scheduled to go on leave at the same time that intelligence reports were indicating a concentration of enemy troops nearby within Quien Hoa province.
So I got a new pair of boots, I had them spit shined, ready to leave, and it was the first sergeant of the company came up to me, he says, "We got a mission on the 22nd, he says, you have to go along, he says, because I'm short on MCOs, and so you have to go." I says, all right, I'm gonna go into the field with spit shine boots, because I only had like one pair, and I traded in for the new ones. So I was going out into the field with spit shine boots. Well, we had taken the tangos, off the ship. At that time we were on the ships, and going down a canal to an area that had been blown up by artillery. We got there, we landed, got off the boats, went in maybe about 50 meters, and we saw all these bunkers with communication wire going from bunker to bunker. In my squad, I was a squad leader at that time. I was walking point because I had guys that were there in my squad 1 month, maybe a month and a half, and I had guys that were there 11 months, 10 months, were getting a little bit nervous, that they were just about ready to leave like in another month. So I elected to walk point even though I was a squad leader. And I spotted a hooch or a house, and in front of the house there were 5 VC armed with weapons. And I got the guy who had the M79 grenade launcher.
Nice.
And we jumped into this hole that was blown up by the artillery, so it was like, a hole that we could get in and have a little bit of a cover. And when we did that, we opened up. He got off about 2 rounds, I got off about 1 magazine, and the red ants had attacked us. The artillery had opened up a nest of red ants, and there was a canal nearby filled with, not filled, but maybe 2 feet of water. So we just jumped in there, got the shirts off, trying to get all these ants all over us. And that day we had the dogs with us that day. So they went up to where the hooch was and found some blood trails, and they followed the blood trails, found 2, dead VC, and then we continued on. And as we got in maybe another 50 yards, they opened up on the column on the left, the 1st platoon, and wounded or killed maybe the first 5 guys. And I saw where the fire was coming from.
Under heavy enemy fire, Lang sprinted toward the bunker and eliminated it with his rifle and hand grenades.
And when I got back to the squad, I couldn't find the radio man. They didn't know where he was, so I figured, well, maybe he went up with me, and he might be somewhere up front. So we started getting fire from a 2nd bunker.
When another bunker opened up with machine gun fire directly in front of him, Lang jumped over a shallow canal and destroyed it as well.
And after I blew the 2nd bunker, we found a cache of enemy weapons, ammunition, landmines, and entrenching tools. So I brought the squad up to secure the cache that we found. And then they opened fire from a third bunker, and I saw where the smoke was coming to, and they got, pretty close. Did a little bowling. I, popped a grenade and let the hammer go. Waited 4 seconds because it, takes like 7 seconds for it to blow up, so you didn't want it thrown back at you. So then I just rolled it along the ground and actually got it down the hole before it blew.
After Lang destroyed the third enemy bunker, he returned to the area of the weapons cache, and his squad again came under heavy rocket and automatic weapons fire from 3 sides. The squad suffered numerous casualties, and Lang was one of those seriously wounded.
B-40 rocket blew up somewhere around me and hit me with a piece of shrapnel in the spine.
Oh.
And then finally the medic came up to me and he says, "Where are you hit?" So I said, "I don't know, I just can't move." And I had like a concussion, had blown open my wrist a little bit, and he started bandaging my wrist, and he got shot in the hands, and then he went running back. So then I was on the ground and
holy
feeling
crap,
a little cold, so I put my arm over my chest like this, and I got hit with a bullet in the elbow here, which went up here and just missed my head. And then, it seemed like it only lasted like maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half, but actually it went from the morning to like late afternoon to like, around 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And finally they got up to me and they got me back.
Although immobilized and in great pain, Lang continued to direct his men. He insisted on evacuating others first until his evacuation was ordered over his protests.
February big balls.
71, when the last address they had was my mother's address in Hicksville. She had her own apartment then. FBI guy came to the door looking for me. And I was, at that time, I had gotten out of the hospital and was living with friends of mine because I couldn't live with my mom. She was up a flight of stairs at that time, this apartment that she had. It's like a 2-family house, with this apartment upstairs. So I went to live with a friend who had everything on the ground floor, and I, just staying in a room with him and his family, that lived there. And she called me, and then they got in touch, and then they told me that, I was to receive the Medal of Honor in Washington in March. I think it was March 2nd that I went to Washington. Yeah, it's like totally shocked. I mean, I was wondering, I figured, maybe I'd get another Bronze Star or a Silver Star or something like that. And we get there, and they said, you have to introduce your family to the president. You're not nervous enough, right, with receiving the medal. Now you have to do a little talking too. I was so nervous. I couldn't remember too much. I just remember him putting the medal and shaking my hand. And then, I had to introduce my family, so I probably cut him off right away and said, "Oh, this is my mom," The Seaford Manor School in Seaford, that usually on Memorial Day or Veterans Day, they'll invite me down. And so I usually, teach them that they're here today enjoying the freedom that they do because of people that have given their lives for them so they can maintain their freedoms that they enjoy today. It's not just the Medal of Honor recipients, but all the veterans in the war and the ones that gave their supreme sacrifice. That people should, look up to veterans and thank them.
Damn right.
Yeah, man.
When I paused for a second when he said that the medic was bandaging his wound, and then the medic got shot in the hand.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what are the odds, like lucky and unlucky at the same time, that your medic gets shot in the hand while he's bandaging you up? Like, fuck, that sucks for a medic because you need your hands. But you know how close that came to like taking you out the game right there, dude? That is crazy.
What's wild is that guy's like whole story. That's like all around where I work. That's actually, he was born in the same hospital my mother was born in. That's like every area he was talking about in there. I know everyone.
Oh wow, that's cool. The other part that he talked about his spit shine boots. So a lot of people that were in the days of wearing the OD greens and the jungle camo talk about spit shining their boots and how my GWAT generation didn't have that. But I'm telling you, I had boots that I wore on mission, and I had a different set of boots that I would wear if we had formations or when we had like brass come to our little wherever we were at, or if we had to go to a bigger fob for some reason. You walking around the bigger fobs that, you know, like if you're going to go to Bagram or Kandahar or somewhere like that to where there's a lot of brass around.
Yeah.
If you're just walking around the fob, you're going to put on your nicer boots. And so I had 2 pairs of boots with me in Afghanistan, and I would have my mission boots, the ones I'd wear on mission, that were way more comfortable and had just I had put miles on those boots doing ruck marches back in the States and stuff like that. Those were my mission boots. They were stained. There was no way I was cleaning those up to be ready for a formation, like an award ceremony or something. And then I had my pretty boots that, you know, I had not done a single ruck march, a single mission in, nothing like that. And so when all of a sudden you got called up like, hey, there's troops in contact, we're QRF, we got to go, blah, blah. It's stupid that one of the things that hits your mind is, do I have time to change my boots?
Yep.
Before, like, because we're going to load up on our trucks and go out and help another platoon that's out there that's in contact. Maybe they need a vehicle recovered because their vehicle got hit, whatever the case may be. And one of the things I would literally think of running from the chow hall to my tent to grab my vest and throw my shit in the truck is, do I have time to change my boots? Because I don't want to wear my pretty boots out on mission. I don't want to do it.
Oh, no. Of course not.
And just to show you guys the difference, this is a boot I would have worn on mission.
Yep.
And this is a boot I would wear at a formation.
There you
go. And you'll throw them both.
Oh yeah. They're boots.
No time for pretty boots these days.
Yeah. Oh, good. That was fun. They had cool shit. Yes, they did. Best boots I ever got were tankers. Yeah, tanker boots are notoriously good. On a hero, yes, unreal to you know. And dude, the videos you see from Vietnam soldiers, because there was a lot more video from Vietnam than there was a lot of previous wars, especially Korea. But man, some of the conditions those guys were in, you just feel bad for them because, you know, not only are they worried about like people jumping out of trees and all kinds of nonsense and like little landmines made out of fucking wood and stuff that you can't pick up on metal detectors, but some fucking bug is going to bite you and you're going to die.
Leeches.
I went to college with a couple of guys that served in Vietnam, and some of the stories they told just hanging out, it was incredible. Some of the things they endured.
I spent more hours than I care to remember spit shining boots. Those shiny as fuck. Oh, hell yeah. I heard stories of guys when they moved to the black boots about shining them with the kiwi and then putting them in the oven.
Yes.
Yeah.
My uncle used to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He used to do that. He'd put them in the oven.
We would actually heat up the kiwi polish and melt it down to put it on there, and then
so it's spread more evenly.
Yep.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so we're gonna move into a much more modern day era type video here. I told you guys on February 2nd, 2013, Chris Kyle was shot and killed, and there's a lot of like cool guy videos I could show of Chris Kyle. I think the movie they did, American Sniper, I think they did a great job with that. For instance, I think. Hold on, where is he at?
I have still not watched that movie.
Oh no,
I haven't seen it either, but
It's good. It's good.
It's a good movie.
I don't know. So, some movies, depending on the theater, I can't watch them.
Kyle. Oh, hold on, I didn't share the right. What is this called?
I watched it at Homer's. I haven't been in a theater in probably a decade, at least.
So this is Chris Kyle, and this is
combat.
This right here is Bradley Cooper. He gained a lot of weight, and I think he of muscle mass, and I think he did a good job in looking similar to how Chris Kyle looked.
Yeah, I hear you, Ernest. I misunderstood.
Yeah.
But since Chris Kyle was killed on February 2nd, decided to find a video for us to watch about him. That I think is a fun video.
The book is a huge success and fascinating. You talk about your time as a member of SEAL Team 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and this is, tell us the difference between, say, SEAL Team 3 and SEAL Team 6. We've all heard about SEAL Team 6, or the ones that killed
Bin Laden.
And they, yeah, I forgot who they killed. Some guy. They just carried out another operation just days ago. So what's the difference between SEAL Team 3 and SEAL Team 6?
Well, originally you had SEAL Team 1, SEAL Team 2.
Right.
And then they formed up this special unit that was called SEAL Team 6.
Right.
Since then, so many guys been coming in, we've been building up the forces, that they started filling in the rest of the numbers. And to go from one of the other SEAL teams to 6, you basically have to go through another boot camp, try out, and go there.
Did you want to be in SEAL Team 6?
At the time, I did not. But looking back at it, yes, I wish I would have.
Right. Because that's pretty cool now to walk. I mean, first of all, you've got an amazing story, so you shouldn't, you got nothing to be ashamed of. But it might be fun to walk into a bar now and go, SEAL Team 6, huh? I do that a lot. I just tell people I was on that raid, and no one believes it. But then I give details that just aren't, we got them in Baltimore. I am amazed by some of the things that you've accomplished. You are an incredible sniper, and the longest target that you hit in combat was, and I was thinking about this today, 2,100 yards away, which is 21 football fields away.
Yes, sir.
That I can't even understand making a shot from that distance.
I can't either.
It was an accident, wasn't it?
It was an accident.
You dropped your rifle.
I set it up, I accidentally pulled the trigger, and the guy went down.
But I mean, this is something where you're in battle, and the technology behind it, first of all, the weapons themselves are incredible, but there's a lot of calculating wind, there's actual computers involved.
Oh, there are. I mean, our optics and everything are so much more advanced than the guys had in even Vietnam.
Right.
Which you got Carlos Hathcock, who I think is the greatest sniper of all time. I have more kills, but that doesn't mean I'm better than he is. I was just put in a position where I had more opportunities. But yeah, and I definitely cheated. I used ballistic computer that tells me everything to do, so I'm just a monkey on a gun.
Okay, well, I wouldn't go that far, but I have a question, because this kind of thing fascinates me. When you're in your sniper's position, how long can you be in your position before you start to get paranoid that they're going to hone in on where you're shooting from and come after you?
But if you're inside the city, then depends if you take an occupied house or unoccupied. If you take occupied, then you have to take the family, feed them, make them go to the bathroom, all this other stuff, let them do everything. You just can't let them go outside. By 9 o'clock in the morning, they know you're there. If it's unoccupied, then by the time you take your first shot, they know where you are.
And then you move on.
You can't move. You're in the middle of the city. That's why when I go in, I don't go in alone. I take my team with me, and once I take my shot, now it's a defensive position.
Okay, well, you were so well known by the Iraqi insurgents that you were fighting that they put a $20,000 bounty on your head. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you don't have to call me sir, by the way. I'm a talk show host. You're here, and I'm.
He did a great job with the energy.
So that's great.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But $20,000 bounty on your head. How did the Iraqi insurgents identify who you were?
When I'd go into a house and we had the occupied houses, I would take the top of my uniform off and just have my short sleeve shirt on. And you could see my tattoo coming down my arm. And they identified that with me and started, every time someone would be shot by a sniper in the area, they associated that with me.
So they came after you and they started to actually say, someone please take this guy out and you'll make $20,000.
Well, the $20,000, they were definitely putting the association with me, but it was all snipers had $20,000 bounty on their head.
Okay.
And then it eventually went on up to about $80,000, and then I was worried about coming home because I thought my wife would turn me in.
I met her backstage. She doesn't seem like the type.
Oh, hold on.
We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card.
Stop sharing. Stop sharing.
Love that guy.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I give. You know, at first you're like, dude, he's a douchebag talk show host, and then he basically says that, and I'm like, I got to give him so much credit for that. I give him a big verbal high five for articulating. No, dude, you're here, and I'm down here. I'm just a talk show.
Yeah, don't fucking call me sir. You don't.
Yeah,
need to
dude,
call me.
that made me so happy.
Yeah, Conan's one of the few good ones.
Yeah, so the self-realization is something that is admirable. The modesty, and well, Chris Kyle is very modest as well. But
yeah,
the way he showed that up. Eric Gunnarsson says it is time for water again. Thank you, my friend.
When is it time for Colorcast?
You know what?
No, I think it's the after party because maybe Eric will join us.
Yeah, I have enough to do a sipperoo with you. I saved just enough to have it with you.
I think that might be the after party if he'll join us.
Oh, that sounds fine. I'd love it if Eric jumped on and joined us for that. All right, so we talked about historical things in the month of February. We went down the list of almost every day in the month of February. There was all kinds of stuff going on back from World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam, lots of stuff. The Blue Star flag, I can't remember all the other things that went on with the Iwo Jima and the Four Chaplains thing, and the Java Sea. So much stuff happened historically in the month of February. Now we're going to move on to modern day. What the heck is going on in the month of February nowadays?
There's only one left.
And so I will tell you guys, there is a big hitter for me that Charles Rye guy actually showed to me. So I appreciate you hitting me up yesterday and sharing this story with me, because I was happily shocked in this story. Do you know what happened 2 days ago? A Korean War veteran who's still alive got his Silver Star upgraded to a Medal of Honor.
Oh, damn.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And he had the longest dogfight in U.S. military history.
Wow.
Now, so I'm not a pilot. I don't know what it's like to be. I don't know what it's like to be in a dogfight in an airplane, right? In a fighter jet or whatever the case may be. I don't know what that's like, but I know what it's like to be on the ground and being on that two-way range where you're shooting at them and they're shooting at you. The time goes really fast and your bullets go really fast, but the gunfights are not usually super long, right? The majority of gunfights you get in are some quick bursts back and forth, and then usually the bad guy either dies or runs away, in my experience. And so they're never super long, and so the longest dogfight in military history was in the Korean War. A Navy Captain Royce Williams, who just turned 100 years old.
Legend.
President Trump is giving him is upgrading his Silver Star to the Medal of Honor for his actions during the Korean War. Hold on a second. There's a big highlight of this that's freaking crazy.
So has the ceremony even happened yet?
I don't think so. But okay, so in 1952, he was flying a F9F5 Panther fighter, which is one of the first what we would consider a modern fighter jet, right? It was one of the first ones of those because
but it's slow.
Yes,
compared to
All right, so he was swarmed by 7 MiGs. He had 7 MiGs on him, and he shot down 4 of them.
Wow.
And he's still alive. And so it was 35 minutes of straight gunfighting in the planes. And look at this. It was classified for more than 50 years. And so one of the main reasons...
Oh, wow.
One of the main reasons it could not be upgraded to the Medal of Honor is because it was classified. So if it's classified, Congress and everybody can't get involved in upgrading it to a Medal of Honor. And so it was classified for 50 years, and you will find out why, because I had to do some digging to find a video. They'll give us I
was going to say it happened over some line.
Yes, and not only did it happen over some line, but it happened with some people.
Mark, idea for a possible weird time stream? Just throwing this out here. If they do this ceremony, maybe we could live stream it.
Yeah.
All right, say again that last part. I was getting the video ready.
If potentially they do live stream this Medal of Honor ceremony, maybe you could, do it live, commentate on it.
I would live. They're live.
Yeah, thought about it. I'm just thinking about it, something cool.
So against the MiG. So James, you'll see here there was 7 MiGs against him, and the MiGs were very agile fighter planes.
They were
very agile, very effective, and so. You will see real quick and in a hurry why this was classified, and nobody knew about it and nobody talked about it for a 50-year classification. And so the classification expired, and now we know about it, and his medal got upgraded to from a Silver Star to a Medal of Honor. President Trump, I don't think he's given it to him yet.
It's expected to be at the White House in February or early March.
Okay,
Look at it right now.
The article that I just showed was from 2 days ago, stating that it was getting
up in Russian airspace.
Exactly. That's why it was classified.
It's the 18th of November, 1952, and 4 F9F5 Panther jets are on their way to strike a target in North Korea, just a few miles from the Soviet border, when the section leader, Lieutenant Almer Royce Williams, gets a call on the radio from the American Strike Force.
We have 7 bogies incoming. Protect the fleet at all costs. Copy.
83 miles to the north, a Soviet base just outside of Vladivostok picks up the American contacts and radios to flight leader Captain Nikolai Belyakov. Captain Belyakov and his men are in the most dominant fighters of the time prowling the Korean skies, the Soviet MiG-15 BIS. The American planes and the Soviet planes turn towards each other. The 4 Americans burst through the cloud cover at 12,000 feet when Williams gets another message, this time from his flight leader.
Terminal engine trouble. I must return to the carrier. Copy. I'll take it from here.
What? Your
As
leader
his flight leader and his wingman turn away, Williams looks up to see contrails. 7 of them.
Oh, goodness.
It's just Williams and his wingman, Lieutenant Dave Rowlands, left to take on what the Americans still think are 7 Korean jets. The 2 Americans are the only ones standing between the enemy and the...
Wait, so his squad leader peeled off. They were 4.
Uh-huh.
So his squad leader peeled off and his wingman peeled off?
No, he has his wingman.
Well, yeah, the squad leader's wingman.
The squad leader's wingman doesn't stay with them. He goes... Wow. That's
2 versus 7 is wild.
Well, I mean,
do you guys? So do you guys remember? You guys all watched Band of Brothers, right? You remember when they got that lieutenant that came in? They every time the shit hit the fan, he said, "You guys take care of it. I'm gonna go call battalion and let them know what's going on." And he fucking left the front line every time there was something important going on. He was like, "Yeah, you guys take care of it. I'm gonna go talk to. I'm gonna go call battalion every fucking time."
Mark, real quick before we fire back up, what's everybody drinking?
I'm still drinking this the new single barrel horse soldier, the 10-year.
I unfortunately do not have that. Anybody else? Well, Heroes. Okay, I can do Heroes.
Yeah, Heroes. Yeah, anything veteran owned.
I'm on horse soldier. Not as cool as Mark's, just a regular copper one.
Oh, that's
good. Sorry to hold things up.
No, you're good. You're good. So I was really happy to find this like AI simulated gunfight. Because this was created within the last, I don't know how long, because this didn't get unclassified too long ago.
American ships. Belyakov orders the groups to split into 2 and dive upon the enemy. The nimble MiGs roll and dive. And the American ships. Belyakov orders the groups to split into 2 and dive upon the enemy. The nimble MiGs roll and dive. Williams and Rowlands are at 26,000 feet when they see the MiGs split, but they lose sight of them as the contrails disappear. Suddenly, impacts clatter on Williams' fuselage and tracers zip by his canopy. They're coming from the right. Williams and Rowlands break into evasive maneuvers, rolling and turning as the first MiG roars by them. A second MiG attacks. There's more clacks and bangs reverberating through Williams' airframe as the speeding fighter litters them with lead. It flies past, but it's replaced by yet another MiG pouncing on the vulnerable Panthers. The American Panthers have good roll, but they're completely outclassed by the MiGs in air-to-air combat. A 4th MiG comes in hot. He opens fire upon the Panthers, raking them with 23 and 37mm shells. But the Americans are already turning to the left as the last MiG flies by. Williams slides in behind it, pulling it into his crosshairs, and he opens fire. Inside the MiG, Senior Lieutenant Pakomkin feels the impact of a hit as alarms blare in the cockpit. He turns back and sees smoke pouring from his plane and 2 Americans on his tail. He dives and runs. Dave Rowlands sees the opportunity and dives after the enemy fighter, leaving Williams alone to watch the 3 remaining MiGs pulling away.
Got it? Damn it, YouTube.
I'm telling you.
Yep.
As they do, Williams notices that their wings are emblazoned, not with blue and red circles and the Red Star of North Korea, but with the bare red star of the Soviet Union.
Cap Control, these MiGs are Soviets.
At the same time, the National Security Agency contacts the American fleet. The American spy agency has listened to the Soviets' transmissions.
Do not engage. This could start World War III.
Williams receives a message and responds.
I'm already engaged.
He sees the 3 MiGs effortlessly scream almost vertically, then turn and come in for another attack run. The Soviet jets are faster, and they're already in a hot fight. Despite the risk of wider conflict, Williams has no choice but to rise to meet them. In the MiGs, Belyakov is in the lead. The American's coming to meet them on his own, and the MiGs are in a dive. It's head-to-head. The 3 planes go roaring past the American, firing all the way. But incredibly, no hits are scored on either side.
Wow.
Williams now tries to get more altitude when a stream of tracers comes flying in from the opposite direction. It's the other 3 MiGs, which means that 6 MiGs are now fighting with Williams. He brakes and rolls and dives, Enemy planes are incredibly close as he rolls and turns trying to escape from the fire of the Soviets. The attacks are relentless. 4 MiGs fly past in formation, and Williams gets behind them. Inside a MiG, the Soviet pilot feels dread as he turns back to see the Panther on his tail. The Soviet pilot's training kicks in, and he immediately pulls upwards towards the sun, leaving the rest of his flight to pull away to the right. Williams follows a target and is instantly blinded. He can't take aim, and so gives up the chase, turning away from the sun. But the moment he does, he's met by 2 MiGs flying down straight towards him. There's no time to dodge. Williams instead turns straight towards them, challenging them again to a head-on joust. He opens fire, and the lead MiG, piloted by Captain Nikolai Belyakov, turns away. But his wingman, Senior Lieutenant Alexander Vandeyev, takes on the challenge. The MiG opens fire. Tracers pour out of both machines, crossing over each other in the air. The American pilot watches the enemy shells drop and pass underneath him. He can't see it, but his own shells are also falling short of the enemy. But they hold their triggers down as they come closer. A 20mm shell strikes straight into the MiG's cockpit, hitting Vandeyev and killing him instantly. Williams sees the MiG stop firing as it flies upside down underneath him. Another MiG flies past, and Williams, on pure reflexes, fires another blast and takes out his 3rd MiG of the day. In the lead MiG, Belyakov watches as 2 other MiGs are shot down, including his wingman, and he turns back to avenge his fallen comrades.
That's a combination of luck and
Williams
skill.
sees him coming. He turns for another head-to-head battle. There's only a short exchange of fire as chunks are blown off the MiG. Williams dodges the debris as the 2 planes pass. He looks back at his enemy and sees it diving away out of the fight. The American turns hard to chase, but as he does, a MiG screams in behind and lands a hit on the Panther. He's been hit before, but this time, the way his plane lurches and the sound of the hits makes him understand that he's in deep trouble. A 37mm round strikes his wing and punches clean through and into the engine compartment. The impact wrecks the hydraulic systems. In an instant, his rudder, flaps, and half of his ailerons are gone.
Damn it!
Williams looks back as the MiG stays behind him, riddling his Panther with lead. He immediately attempts to roll, but his stomach sinks as the aircraft responds unbearably, terrifyingly slowly. More cracks reverberate through the fuselage as he wills his aircraft to escape. The Panther wobbles as he does, the lack of rudder making the aircraft terribly unstable. Williams is forced to be careful with his inputs or else lose control altogether. And throughout, the MiG has no problem following the limping Panther. But the American still has his elevator, so he does the only thing he can. He pulls up and then pushes down, riding a wave motion to try and get some distance between him and his enemy before he can reach clouds, which are still 10,000 feet below him. Bullets continue to strike his fuselage. Any one impact could be the last. His luck is running out. He's not going to make it. But then,
Cap, on your left!
his wingman appears out of the blue and comes soaring in, opening fire at the one remaining MiG, forcing it to pull off the chase. Now, inside the safety of the cloud, Williams pulls up, leveling off at 400 feet in altitude. He's just survived a grueling 6 versus 1 dogfight that lasted over half an hour at full throttle. But how is he going to land? He tries to get a feel for his wounded machine. His flight controls don't respond properly, and he finds he can't slow under 170 knots without his plane becoming uncontrollable. It's an incredibly high speed for a carrier landing. He looks down at the churning sea and knows ejection's no option. He'd only survived 20 minutes in the cold water at most. Not enough time to get a helicopter to rescue him. He needs to land.
Coming in for a landing. Maneuverability severely compromised. Minimum speed 170 knots.
The commanding officer of aircraft carrier USS Oriskany, Captain Courtney Shands, orders to prepare for a crash landing. 170 knots is fast, but fortunately, there's a full-on storm with powerful winds. So with the ship going directly into the wind, Shand orders to get the maximum they can out of the engines. In the air, Williams' heart is racing. Everything he does on the plane feels floaty and imprecise as he teeters on the edge of control. He musters all his skill and spots the aircraft carrier and lowers his landing gear. The added drag affects the Panther's aerodynamics, and he starts immediately veering off course. Williams wrestles with the controls but struggles to bring it back in line.
I'm gonna miss it.
Shands looks out with his binoculars. Williams is misaligned and not getting back on the flight path. He knows he won't survive a go-around. He needs to land now, and if he can't align with the carrier, then the carrier must align with him.
Tell him to keep going. Heading 196 now.
The whole aircraft carrier starts turning. Captain Shands keeps his eyes on Williams, ordering course corrections as a barely controllable Panther barrels in towards the flight deck. He's still crooked, but time is running out. The American pilot is forced to commit to final approach while his runway still turns before him. 500 yards, 250 yards, 100 yards, 50 yards. This is it. Royce Williams in his Panther jet slams the aircraft down at 200 miles an hour. Miraculously, the third cable grabs and he's lurched forward as the wounded bird is brought to an abrupt stop.
Goodness gracious.
He'd done it. After half an hour of grueling battle against 7 enemies, his F-9F Panther had suffered 263 holes across its fuselage.
What?
And so much wing damage. It's a miracle it didn't snap off.
263?
It was then that the cover-up started, and a huge effort to calm the fires of a potential catastrophic conflict between 2 nuclear superpowers. Both sides exchanged harsh diplomatic notes, but the incident was not made public by either side, and with all records connected to it, classified.
Classified.
Gun footage was edited to remove Soviet roundels. Any reference in the transcripts of that day referring to Soviet fighters were just changed to enemy. Williams was awarded the Silver Star for his part in the action. He continued his service, retiring in 1980 and never telling a soul what happened until 50 years later, when the documents about that fight became declassified. When the story went public in Russia, the Russians conceded to 3 planes being lost, having been ambushed by the Americans. The US government upgraded Williams' Silver Star to a Navy Cross in 2022. And in 2026, there's news that he may even be getting the Medal of Honor. Captain Royce Williams is still alive today and 100 years old, and we very much hope that he enjoys this film.
For another great modern air battle.
Good. Wow, man.
That's chills.
Yeah, I'm surprised he wasn't awarded the Navy Cross back then.
Well, they said it was upgraded to the Navy Cross.
Flying head on into 3 MiGs is wild by yourself. Yeah. That is insane.
Yeah, I just want to know that I hope that nobody ever let the what do you call it? The lead commander's wingman fucking live that day now. That's all I have.
Oh yeah, the squad leader bouncing and taking his wingman to leave.
If the squad leader legitimately had engine trouble, that's fine. But why the fuck did his wingman leave?
Yeah,
that's standard.
Yeah, he has to escort him back because he's his wingman.
Yeah, that's standard.
Yeah.
Also, you know
that aircraft.
Wait, even a potential dogfight situation.
Because he was helpless.
But either way, you know the reason why the reason that the jet landed so hard, we all know why, right? Because of his Titanic-sized balls.
Yeah,
if that story's true about the captain of the aircraft carrier having such wherewithal to figure out how to point the ship.
I was going to mention that too.
That guy got some fucking awards too because that's crazy.
Yep.
He's like, we're going into a storm that'll slow him down. Turn this way, like that's crazy.
Yeah, great thinking of the captain. Absolutely,
that's a hell of a
I mean, that's why he's a captain. But like, he better have got some commendation for that move.
Yeah, another great
aircraft carrier that he was flying on was decommissioned at the end of the Vietnam War. And one of my buddies that I went to college with was a flight mechanic on that ship when they decommissioned it, when he was ending up his time in Vietnam.
Oh, that's cool.
So did they specify airspace?
Was that Ernest?
Did they specify the airspace? Was it Soviet airspace? Or
it sounds like it was international waters. Close
at the very beginning, they said that the American pilots were hitting a target in North Korea, and the Russian aircraft saw them and came after them.
Yeah. I mean, it's
because
close.
the Russians had assets.
It's close. I imagine within that dogfight, I'm sure they went back and forth across both airspaces.
All kinds of borders. A half hours of planes flying. Yeah.
So Ken from Scotch Down Under, he corrected me. I thought it was an AI video. He said that Yarn Hub, I'm not familiar with them, says makes these great videos. And they are absolutely freaking great videos.
Yeah, that was good.
Drinking water. Has anyone watched the Korean War pilot about a black and white pilot? No, I don't think I have seen that. Worth a movie, this story. Yeah, absolutely. Wowzers. Jesus. The Third Cable. Yep. Another great video from Yarn Hub. Appreciate you letting us know about them, Ken.
I think the movie was Iron Eagle.
Oh. Well, then we've talked about that.
I love Iron Eagle. It's so bad. I love Iron Eagle.
Hey, cheers, Triple Nickel. Heck yeah.
Ernest, turn that tape over.
Triple Nickel. All right, so that was my modern history news. That was the biggest one that I saw of what is going on this week in the military. Is that man just got announced 2 days ago that he's going to be awarded the Medal of Honor from President Trump. So I absolutely love that.
It's incredible that he's still alive.
Yeah, he's 100 years old.
I was going to say it. At his age, I hope they do it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
All right, so this number is
needs to be on the front burner.
We've been checking on the current deployed military personnel from America. We've been checking on them every month for 2-3 years now. This number right here is significantly higher than we've seen it as of a few months ago. It says 450,000 personnel are currently stationed overseas as of February 2026. And so there are almost 500,000 service members that are away from their families, away from their loved ones, away from their dogs or their favorite vehicle, whatever their passion is. They're going to miss, being at home to watch the Seahawks win the Super Bowl and all that stuff going on tomorrow. So we remember everyone deployed, and we appreciate those that are spending time away from their loved ones to do the big mission out there.
Yeah. We're talking
CENTCOM, Eurocom, AFRICOM, National Guard, Border Security, Maritime. Lots of young military members out there deployed.
A lot of Okinawa and Germany and Bahrain.
Yep. When you go to military.com, what they're talking about is the top news. There's still a lot of talk about ICE. ICE has been really big in the news over the last month or so. They want to talk about ICE all the freaking time. So it overshadows the Epstein list. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So New York soldier killed in Afghanistan will finally receive the Medal of Honor. I was not tracking this.
Oh.
I think it's unlikely that Jay-Z is somehow watching this stream, but hey, Jay-Z, we see you, buddy.
And we don't like you because you're a douchebag. Fuck off, Jay-Z. You are not on my top 10 rapper list, and not even close.
I'll second that.
And
Actually, never have been.
Nope, absolutely not. So, Staff Sergeant from Staten Island, New York, was killed in action protecting fellow NATO comrade. Posthumously rewarded Medal of Honor on Tuesday from Representative Nicole Milotikas of New York.
Eric, I think we officially lost him.
She's Greek.
Oh, no, wait, no, he's back.
What?
He looks so uncomfortable, Dennis. We got to get you a headrest.
All right. Olis put his body in the line, shielding Polish army officer. So he used his body as a shield for a Polish army officer during a suicide bombing. So he died protecting a Polish army officer. And I for one,
wow,
can say that when we were in Afghanistan, we worked with many other coalition forces. We worked with the Afghanistan National Army, the Afghanistan National Police, but we also worked with the Danish, the British, the Canadians. We did some missions with the Czechs. The Czechs were fun to do missions with because all the guys were huge, and all the girls were gorgeous. But we saw Egyptians, we saw Japanese soldiers on Bagram. I did a lot of missions with the Germans actually, and it was fun. Like getting some time after mission, like drinking, non-alcoholic beer and playing pool with some German officers, and cracking World War II jokes and stuff like that.
I don't think Germans do non-alcoholic.
Well, see, the thing was,
I don't think they're much on jokes either.
Well, no. So us, the American soldiers at that time, we were not allowed to have alcoholic beer. So we were only allowed to have non-alcoholic beer. So so what they had in our chow halls was Beck's non-alcoholic beer. So we would take cases, flats from the chow hall to our tent, and when we were up late playing spades or something like that, we would drink this non-alcoholic beer and pretend like we're having a good time with our boys. And so when I was up in northern Afghanistan, is it Mazi Sharif? I think it was. I'll have to get back to you on that. But so we were working with Germans, and every time we went out, we did a coalition convoy where the German vehicles and our vehicles would one. So we would be going out together. Camera, get off my balls. Hold on. And so we became good friends with them, and we set up ranges for each other to where we let them shoot all of our weapons, and we gave them the whatever they qualified. If they qualified expert or marksman or sharpshooter or whatever with our American weapons, we gave them the badges. And I qualified expert with the German weapons, which were the UMP, the 40 or 45 cal, whatever the pistol was. Their assault rifle was fun, and got to shoot the MG. Was it the MG42? The belt-fed machine gun, and I qualified expert, and so now I have a fancy silver rope on my dress uniform.
Cool.
But anyways, to make a short story really long, where the fuck did that stem from? Doing a lot with coalition forces in Afghanistan, and so I've gone on many missions with these guys, and we're doing counter IED. We're looking for bombs and bad guys. To be in the position to put myself in this guy's position to where there's a suicide bomber coming after you, and you shield the Polish guy that you're on mission with to save him.
Well, yeah, I mean, doing that for anybody, yes.
Polish
horrible
officer.
No. So doing it for another guy that he's in your squad. You know his wife's and his kid's name. You sleep next to him. You go to the chow hall with him and all that stuff. You do that for the brother standing next to you, kind of thing. This is a guy that is from a different country. They're just working together for the day, kind of a deal. Yeah. That is crazy, and I am happy that this hero is going to get the Medal of Honor for doing what he did to save another person and sacrificing himself.
Absolutely,
it's not crazy. It's what he was made of.
Yep.
Yeah. He was only 24 years old.
Yep.
So of all international forces, Mark, who's the craziest that you've ever served with in a joint task force?
Oh, I don't know if you would call them a joint task force anymore. So the first thing that comes to mind is working with the Afghans. Working with the Afghans was freaking silly because they are so undisciplined and so scatterbrained, and I've literally seen them kill each other accidentally because they're so willy-nilly out there. Where so later in the years, like 2012, around 2012, we were not allowed to drive around in Humvees anymore because Humvees were too light. The IEDs in the area were too big, and so Humvees were kind of outlawed for us to drive in. And so we gave them to the Afghanistan National Army guys for them to drive around in the Humvees. Well, these fucking guys, they would take all the hood stuff off to where it was like an open top Humvee, right? So they took like a soft shell. They took a soft shell Humvee and took all the soft shell shit off. So it was like an open thing. And they would have guys standing in the back seats and guys standing in the back. So you'd have like 12 fucking guys in a Humvee. And they would be driving fast with us because they're out on patrol with us. And they're supposed to be with us. Camera, get off my balls. I know they smell good. Stop. And it was one of the craziest things that I saw from the Afghan National Army. So we were on this very unimproved dirt road, soft sand. We called it moon dust because when you drove through it, it kind of billowed up around because it was that really
that super dry,
soft, really finely grained sand to where it would billow up when you were driving through it. Really soft stuff. And so this fucking guy driving the Humvee with like 14 people on this Humvee tried to drive around us because he wanted to drive faster. And he went to go around one of our trucks and started fishtailing and started going the other way and flipped the vehicle. And the roll bar on the Humvee hit a dude right here around his jawline and just crushed his face. And so we watched him die right there. And the driver is sitting next to him throwing up with his adrenaline and guilt because he just killed one of his buddies. And there's all these other people with various injuries all around them. We're like, what the fuck? We're trying to go back to the fob. We're just on our way home.
You weren't even like on mission. You're just
well, no, we got done with our mission. We were just on our way home. And he was like in a hurry to get back home and flipped the Humvee and injured multiple of them and killed one of them. And so our medic goes out there, and I'm out there pulling security and seeing what these knuckleheads are doing. Oh goodness. So Ernest, your question, the craziest or whatever coalition force, the Afghans are definitely the craziest because they're so fucking unpredictable. You don't know which one of them are actually like working for the Taliban, or like some of the guys are just all-star guys that would actually sacrifice themselves for you because they really believe in your cause. And so they are a stitch above and great people. And other ones are just nonsense children. And other ones are actual bad guys, which you get the blue on green things going on. But everybody else, like the Germans, the Czechs, the Danish, the British, Canadians, all the other ones that I've worked with over the deployments, they were all pretty much on the same level. I spent more time with the Germans on my last deployment than all the other previous deployments of any other coalition force. But all of them were just like, oh yeah, let's go out, let's do the mission, let's do the thing, and get back and take our boots off and relax. You know, like none of them were too fucking crazy or savage that I worked with personally.
Yeah, so the only region that I was working with NATO was Croatia.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of coalition forces there, but we had one mission that we had a couple guys from French Foreign Legion, and these guys were almost suicidal. I mean, they just had no regard for themselves or anybody else. I mean, they were just go. And
That's crazy.
That's probably the crazy.
Well, so Ernest, it's my understanding. I think me and we were talking about this backstage one night when the whole Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk situation was going on with the Canastone and all that stuff. It's my understanding that the French Foreign Legion kind of gets like how would you word it? Not like the rejects from other military groups, but like the guys that wouldn't fall in line kind of situation.
Well, they're not French.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So like they're the guys that basically wouldn't follow orders in other armies.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, I lost his name.
Mark, I have a logistics question on.
Go ahead.
Serving with the Afghanis. So you're in these situations and you're working with these Afghanis, and you're saying that sometimes they end up killing themselves. So I guess my question is, when that situation happens, surely it's unfortunate. Do they still yell Allah Akbar, or what's how does that?
No. So when it comes to the ones that were coalition forces, the blue on green, the Afghan National Army and the Afghan National Police, you never heard those guys yell Allah Akbar. Absolutely.
I know, just curious minds,
No, they did not do that. In no way, shape, or form have I ever seen any evidence of somebody who had good intentions towards making this world a better place say that quote.
Yeah, I imagine that's true. I just I'm an idiot. I apologize.
No, you're good. I thought it was fun. It was good.
Can I tell a joke that goes with this conversation?
Yeah.
Sure. If Allah isn't real, why did the universe start with a bang?
Oh yeah, you said it.
Yeah.
He's definitely not well unless you think Allah is Satan, which I do. And in that case, he is real.
Yeah, as much time as I spent in the Middle East, I never heard that phrase either, ever.
No, not at all. No. So we talked about current military news. So that wraps up that conversation. Brings us to the AAR. The AAR is the after action review that we are going to start closing it off and bringing this to a fold. And we will do it again next month. Now, since we are going to do it again next month, let's talk about what we did this month, what we should do better, and what we should do the same, like to maintain, to sustain what we did. The Veteran Whiskey of the Month, every month we show a new bottle of veteran-owned whiskey. This just showed up on JBLM Fort Lewis this week. It's a new 10-year single barrel from Horse Soldier. It's fantastic. It's delicious. We honored the fallen. We talked about people that are no longer with us. One of them being
Ken's dad.
Yep, Ken's dad, and Don, who is Tim's friend. Brad Eleanor died, and Chris Kyle died in the month of February. And then after we honored the fallen, we talked about military history. We talked about the Battle of Java Sea, World War II, Medal of Honor recipient Williams, Vietnam, Medal of Honor recipient Lang, and GWAT veteran Chris Kyle. We watched a video about him. And then when we came into current news, we talked about everybody who's deployed. There's a lot of service members deployed right now. 450,000, rough number. So we found out that 2 days ago there was an announcement that Navy pilot Williams is going to get upgraded to the Medal of Honor for his actions in Korea when he came under fire in the longest dogfight in military aviation history.
Well deserved.
Soviet aircraft MiGs, with Soviet MiGs, and it was classified for 50 years because it was the Soviets versus Americans in a dogfight, which nobody wanted to talk about.
All right, so I have an
absolutely crazy story.
Yeah, I have an actual AAR for this, and it kind of ties into Williams. And that is, I've kind of alluded to it before.
What's up, Bobby?
Just like you have a Honor the Fallen section, maybe right before AAR or right before current news. Granted, it's an excuse for another cheers. But to do an Honor the Living, active service, active service that maybe they have a birthday or something like that, people we know, family, friends, who are serving this country or another country, fighting the good fight. Something good happened. Maybe they got a promotion. Maybe they got a commendation or something like that. Like, I don't know. Or like last month, my dad, his 80th birthday. There's not you used to have like a segment where you wanted to do like current things happening, but I'm saying make it 100% military. This is just an idea I had. I've had it like for a while now, and I kind of solidified it tonight.
So
like honor the fallen, honor the living.
So Ben, kind of jumping off your point, I'm curious. Do we have anybody in chat that is active still?
I know we have people in chat who have family who are active.
Yeah.
Well, and there's a lot of us on the panel and in chat. There's a bunch in chat that are prior service.
Yeah, it'd be really cool to get some active guys.
But like, I'm just saying, like, even like when it's Mark's birthday, we should be able to,
absolutely
celebrate that. When it's Ernest's birthday, like, and honor the living, but make it like it used to be. Like, I forget what you called the segment, but it was like, and people would talk about new bottles they got and stuff like that.
Yeah. So the military history before that, it was called Our News.
Yeah. So I'm vying for an honor the living, being completely service connected.
Yeah, like the first 12 months or so that I did this show, there was a section called Our News. So if you got a promotion, you got a birthday, if you just want to talk about something great that happened in your life, we had that. And after like new bottles that you bought that month or whatever the case may be, just whatever's going on with you, because it's about the community and the camaraderie and us having somebody to share that kind of news with. And after about a year of AARs, that section got voted off.
Yes, I was part of that. But that's where I'm saying to make it completely military related. Honor the living. Let's say it's your birthday. Let's say you got an accommodation. You got a promotion. Bobby's, Ernest, great shots, whoever is in the community, something to celebrate those of us, those that are still with us who are doing the thing. Joe's daughter, who's in the service, just using an example. Yeah. And she gets a promotion or something like that, or she gets an accommodation. I think that would be cool to be able to have a little,
What was that comment about the Kenyans?
I must have missed that.
No, hold on. I kind of liked our collation. We had Kenyans, pure black is nice. Cool. Fuck. They had gold-plated AKs, and so I did not see any Kenyans. In Afghanistan, I did see Egyptian army. I 100% thought,
you would see Egyptian. You wouldn't see Kenyans. Rwanda was the same way in Somalia.
Yeah, I saw Egyptian army, but hey, bourbon for bacon. If you saw Kenyans with gold-plated AKs, that's fucking cool, dude.
So Mark, I also have a suggestion, not like a every month thing, but just like maybe once a year, maybe your birth month, maybe 4th of July month. Is like I would love to hear like what, just like so you do the various Medal of Honor recipients every month. I'd love to hear like maybe just highlight some of your favorite veteran stories. Just kind of like things that like mean a lot to you.
The only problem about those stories is you have to wait for them to be redacted to announce them.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
So, Dennis, I think what Sean was getting at is what I've tried to do more often than I used to is like tonight, tell stories like about my boots and about when the ANA soldiers like fucking killed each other because they're idiots. Like I try to involve more of my stories that like actually happened to me because from previous ARs, it got brought up that you guys wanted to hear more of those kind of stories.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're comfortable sharing them, I'd love to hear about guy. They don't have to be a Medal of Honor. I mean, just like guys that you respected that did cool stuff or whatever.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're not mission specific, so.
But what about like new distilleries that are coming out here and there that are all military?
I texted it to him too, Mark. But
yeah. So
like I just got a bunch of new stuff from
because they'd have to dismiss the poll. That's what it is. It's under the poll.
No, go ahead, Bobby.
So like I just recently got a bunch of stuff that like I have to go back out and review because I haven't done that in a while. So I got a bunch of stuff from like Tactical, right? Tactical is a private club in Camp Pendleton.
Well, that looks cool.
Marine Corps Tactical. They went out and did their own distillery for their private club, and they sent me their stuff to review. I think it's always good when we talk about the military. It's like hoping to not only support like our whiskey brands, but also our military-led whiskey brands. So, put out an entire tactical series.
I would love to, if they are a veteran-owned whiskey, I would love to get a bottle from them because every single month I highlight a veteran-owned whiskey. This is the 34th episode that I've done of the Veterans Whiskey Club live stream, and so there are 34 different veteran-owned whiskey bottles that I've highlighted on this show. And so what you're talking about, I am all about it.
Yeah, so they reached out to me,
every time I find a veteran-owned whiskey, I grab it and I highlight it as the veteran whiskey of the month. And so what you're talking about, the one that you pulled up, I haven't heard of them before. And so if on Instagram or something, you can send me a link to them. I'd love to grab some.
It was funny. They reached out to me and they said, hey, we see, because I'm Bourbon Italian and that stuff. And they saw some stuff. And they said, hey, you're Marine Corps. And I said, yeah. And they said, we'd really like to send you some stuff to showcase what we've done at Camp Pendleton. And so Tactical Spirits is out of Camp Pendleton. It's a Marine Corps private group.
You said it was called Tactical Spirits?
It's called Tactical Spirits.
So they're doing barrel picks.
Yeah, they're doing their own stuff. They're getting
Am I wrong, or isn't Camp Pendleton, New York? Isn't that near me?
San Diego.
No, it's
yeah, that's Cali.
Yeah.
My bad.
So
I got Mark. I got the link for Mark. I got the link for them. I'm texting it to you.
All right, I wrote it down. That way, I'll for sure remember.
Well, Camp Pendleton is the Marine Corps, right? And so they have a Camp Pendleton Marine Corps Surf Club. So there are a bunch of Marines and military guys at Camp Pendleton, Marine Corps, Navy, and all that stuff. They get together and they were a bunch of guys that decided, hey, listen, we really like whiskey, we like to surf, we like to do dumb shit, and we wanted to have our own private club. And so they did. They opened up their own private club. And then they decided they wanted their own private whiskey. So they went out and sourced whiskey and aged it themselves. And their first release was a 6-year, which is, I'm okay with that. That makes sense. And, you source your stuff like every major brand would do when you're starting up. But they have their own stuff. So they're a private club out in Camp Pendleton. It's called Tactical Spirits Dudes. And they said, we'd really like you to. It took a while to get here. But they got here, and I was like, yeah, would you like me to do it on Instagram or YouTube? And it's like, would you like to do it on all your platforms? So I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'll do that. So.
Nice. No. So, yeah, Bobby, thank you for sharing. I'm definitely looking forward to looking more into them. But to your point about veteran whiskeys, that's the first block that I hit every month. First Saturday of the month, I'm here doing the Whiskey Love, the Veterans Whiskey Club live stream, and the very first point that I hit is the veteran-owned whiskey of the month. So to your point, I'm 100% with that, and and that is what we're doing. But if you found a veteran whiskey that I haven't heard of, Tactical Spirits, I wrote it down. Ben sent me the link. I'm definitely going to be hitting them up, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
sharing.
Tactical Spirits, they're a bunch of good dudes. As far as source of whiskey, I think they did it right. They don't have anything released that's less than 6. They have a 6-year, and they have a double barrel. What they call is their double barrel.
Cheers, Eric.
It's a double
Everybody.
barrel surf.
Gunder's
So
drop.
their double barrel is actually riding a double barrel surf. Right? And their double barrel is literally just a double barrel, but they put it in a double barrel surf because they're like military guys in San Diego that are surfing. And it's a private
Jeremy
club out there.
Hey, I appreciate Jeremy. Thank you.
Yeah, good stuff, Jeremy.
All right, so wrapping up the AAR, every single month we close out with taps. But I want to give you guys here watching us live and those on the panel, before we move into taps, do you guys have anything you want to announce, declare, to kind of share with the group before we close out with taps? So basically, last call. Let's go.
So I went to a birthday party tonight, and it was at a local rum distillery. So I had to pick this one up.
Back it up a little bit, Ernest.
There it is. Trying to get my face out of the way.
Queen Charlotte Navy Strength.
Okay. I was like, Navy Strength. So apparently that's it's more than cast strength. It's the highest proof. It's the highest proof rum they have. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What's the proof point? What's the proof point, Ernest?
I think it's 110.
110.
That sounds about forearm strength. I got you.
Yep. Yeah, it's 110.
Yeah. Right on. I don't know them. Are they veteran owned as well?
No, they're not veteran owned.
Okay. I love the cheers and the high five to the service members, calling it Navy Strength.
Yeah.
I hope it's good.
Well, as far as I know, they're not veteran owned.
Right on. Happy International Scotch Day. So
that's right.
Ken is reminding us that it's Scotch Day. Appreciate you. Eric Gunderson, thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it. I appreciate you guys and all you guys do. I'm gonna move on to taps if somebody doesn't have anything else they want to add before we close it out.
Did no others come through?
I will say this, since we're talking taps, my best friend's father-in-law passed away this week.
Oh, wow.
And he was a military veteran.
Wait, can you give me like a nickname or some kind of name that you would refer to him as? Something you'd be comfortable sharing. Anything.
The only thing I think, what a great man. I don't know that I don't have like any kind of nickname, just a great man. He was 96 years old.
But it was your best friend's dad, right?
My best friend's dad, retired military honors, 96 years old, was an absolute scholar and a gentleman.
Okay, I mean, so what I do is
he spent his life teaching people, and his emphasis was always on like intelligence and honor.
Yes. And Bobby, I thank you for sharing that with us, because one of the things we bring up every month when we're honoring the fallen, we talk about those that have gone before us and that are no longer here with us are never truly forgotten as long as we are still talking about them and sharing their stories. And so I wrote on the board under Honor the Fallen that your best friend's dad was a service member that is no longer with us as of last week. And I want to raise a glass to all those that are no longer with us.
Sir.
If any of you guys watching us live want to join in the backstage and get into some more uncut, unfiltered shenanigans, you're more than welcome to join us. But as of right now, we're going to raise a glass to those who are no longer with us. And we're going to close out with taps, and we will see you again next month.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Lest we forget, until Valhalla.
Wow.
Cheers.